Hello, everybody, and welcome to the high fashion / immigration stream. I am your host, General Griswold Gaius Grim of the First LARP Ingression Protocol, and hello. I see the assassins have failed. In case you got the notification from Pastor Paul and you're worried that you're missing out, I'm just gonna run the whole darn thing for you right now. It's only 2 minutes. All right.
Hi, this is Paul. For tomorrow's live stream, I'm going to do something different. I'm calling it Speed Randos Friday live stream. So last week I had Rick Walters on, and that was the first Randos live stream. I don't usually do Randos live stream because live streams can be a little rocky. People express their opinions in the live chat, But so if you're courageous enough for this, and you've had trouble getting a rando slot, this is a chance to get one-on-one time on the channel with me, and we'll see where it goes. Now, I'm going to do some pre-vetting, which I don't usually do for lives for randos. I don't have to because they're usually recorded, and I can decide whether or not to post them. So what I want you to do is to make your appeal, to make your pitch in the comment section, and write out who you are, why you want to play in this little corner or this little cave or with this little carrot or whatever it is, how you found it, how it's helped you. Now, in order to do this, you need to be available between 10 and 12 this coming Friday. That will be the 26th.
All right, so we saw what that was. Hi, Alex, McMo, and Gavin, and Mills, and Dr. Lenny, and Franco, and Chad, and Clint, and and Clint, and Josh, and Theodore, not to be confused with Ted. Said everybody, oh, Mills is here too. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Okay. I think I got everybody if I didn't say something again. Say something again. Yeah, he's trying to bottom feeder lurkers. Oh, it's Steven Saint of you. Good to see you. This is the high fashion stream, and before I give you the savings throws, I must show you. Look at this. I have purchased one of my own merchandising t-shirts. This is a large version. Perhaps I should have purchased a small for or a medium for a tighter fit. But this is the Lobster Monkey inversion shirt. And you can order one at the links below. I don't know. I think I included it in the featured products. And an exciting new news. We're also releasing this fabulous Ladies Behold a Woman's tee with Beholder right there and where the badge goes. I don't know where it's going to fit on a lady's testicles, but there you go. Now I'll give you the savings throws. You know how those go. They're against the mind control. Dude, Lenny, I already ran it through on hot once. I don't know. This is as much as it shrunk the first time. But we're going to do the savings throws, as you know, against the mind control. You get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And if I roll the dice, if it's over 10, you take half damage. If it's under 10, you take full damage. But you can get bonuses, 2 for chatting in the hive mind, 5 plus 5 for leaving a comment on a replay of a live stream, because I think that tells the algorithm that it's pretty awesome. Oh, there's Cassandra choosing wisdom as we roll these dice. Oh, there's Raquel. I just took my hand off the mouse, Raquel, but I see you in there. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart? Choose. Oh, survivalist with a 6 today. With a 6 for you. Socialist with a solid Baker's Coven of a 13. Lovers of wisdom win the day with a 16. And Baker's Coven coming in for heart as well. Also with a 13. Indigo Kids, you have the 7. A 7 for you. You're going to need your bonuses. Remember, there is no agency. We want what's best. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. And we've already made our fancy pants goal to send me to Pajot's Symbolic World Summit. But if you'd like to make me more comfortable, the link is now available in the Hive Mind chat because they won't let me pin it anymore. Hey, Dolly, how's it going? Oh, and there's her cow up here. Remember, I told you I saw her. All right, Gotham, good to see you too. Glad you're here. Feeling virtually not alone with us. So yeah, that's the whole high fashion. Look, I got one, and also the fancy new Behold a Woman tee. Don't forget, over there you can also get all of our other fancy gears, like the inspirational poster that gives you a +5 to survival and self-based saves versus mind control, and also the Howdy Rascal sports bra for fun and profit. Howdy. All right, so there's the high fashion part of the stream. The next part of the stream is about immigrations, which is we spend a lot of our time in this thinky talky corner of the internet, and if you don't know what that is, we have a quick run through, which I must note, because of my membership in the fraternal regiment embodying narcissistic sociopathy, I was not included in. But there's other areas of the corner, and Christian Golden has gone through some of them in his introduction to a really nice story he tells. I recommend the whole video, but here's the part where he describes some other areas of the corner you might not be familiar with.
In this little corner, or whatever online community you might be a part of, even if it's just the community of your own mind, perhaps. You're in your head a lot, you're thinking a lot, you're theorizing, you're learning, you're discussing things. And it's been a good experience. It continues to be a good experience, one of personal growth to some extent. But where do we go from here? Maybe you watch Jordan Peterson or Jonathan Pajot, Paul Vanderklay, or maybe you're more localized to one of the online communities I'm a part of, and you watch folks like Mark at Navigating Patterns. Maybe you're watching Jacob's channel, Hezi, Almond Tree, and so on. The Meaning Code. Where do we go from here?
Well, we go over to the Grim Grizz stream where he's going to pull a farm card deck of the show. That's from the Shenandoah Valley, the Shenandoah Valley deck, and the farm card for the show today is shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. The Jack of clubs. Once again, the clubs frequenting us, and I've brought up some old throwback branding. Here's not the one with Pastor Paul, probably, but it is this one. Now, hello, Brad. Stephen Sainteview has told me that you could just look at the Wikipedia of these saints, but unfortunately, I've just recently searched for the Abbey of Coldenham, and my search said there's not a lot of great results. So I don't know where you're going to find it, but I tried. Oh my. Oh, and I wanted to say that while his name is Christian Golden, his channel name is the famous Agapagalagia that we've seen here in our own hive mind here on where you guys are at over that. Oh, it's Aebe of Coldenham. Well, I'll see if that makes any difference. Aebe. Does that do it? Oh, that helps. There is a Wikipedia for that one. Look at there. Let's see. She was the daughter Oh, it's a lady. She was the daughter of King Aelfrith of Bernica and Acha of Daria. And her brothers were Oswald and Oswiu. Oswiu, where's the part where she gets death? So, oh, that's after the. Oh, anyway. I tried. I tried. Okay, and now we're gonna get into our fancy what do we call it? The immigration part, the immigration of the Sardukar happening at our southern borders, and all that drama. In case you're that far disconnected, but if that sort of thing puts you to sleep, here's a throwback lullaby,
like Hobo's Lullaby. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town go drifting by. Listen to the steel rails a-humming. That's a hobo's lullaby.
Wow, that's a compliment if you don't watch the new version, but his mommy was on the other side of the door. Thanks, Charlie. And welcome to Charlie. And I saw Anthony said hi too. Good to see you as well. I get into a little bit of trouble if I don't do a blue church card of the show, so we better get one of those up. Yes, Alex, you are a sandworm. You definitely are, sir. You definitely are. Yes, correct, Mills. I think anyone who's not familiar with Dune, all the cool people are. So you're kind of, you should probably read those. Blue Church, card of the show. Hey, Emily, is a 3 of diamonds. And then I'll start shoveling the agency deck. And then finally, we'll get into the immigration thing. Meanwhile,
in all our searching, the only thing we found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
as the mind explores the symbol, it is led to ideas that lie beyond the grasp of reason. The wheel may lead our thoughts toward the concept of a divine sun, but at this point reason must admit its incompetence. Man is unable to define a divine being. When with all our intellectual limitations we call something divine, we have merely given it a name, which may be based on a creed, but never on factual evidence. Because there are innumerable things beyond the range of human understanding, we constantly use symbolic terms to represent concepts that we cannot define or fully comprehend. Hello! I see the assassins have failed. Wow, that was in my fancy boner shirt. Okay, the agency card deck of the show is the Jack of Hearts. We got a reprieve from the clubs for a minute. Now, in case you don't know what's going on with regard to the border, I found this guy whose TikTok was shared on the X network, and he kind of explains it.
Homeland Security has informed the state of Texas that they must vacate the land seized in Eagle Pass by the end of the day, today, and return control of the park to the feds. Or else, or else what? Or else whoever forcibly assaults, resists, opposes, impedes, intimidates, or interferes with any person designated in Section 1114 of this title, that's Title 18, while engaged in or on account of the performance of his official duties shall be fined not more than $5,000 or imprisoned not more than 3 years, or both. So Texas has been ordered to vacate the border in Eagle Pass. Failure to do so could see members of their National Guard fined and imprisoned. Homeland Security has informed the state of Texas that they must...
That's how they get all the views. They do that auto replay nonsense. And before we go any further into that, you might want a soda. You might want a
The
soda.
list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Well, thank you very much, Ups. The cats need all the support for the emotional support they give me. Chad says paranoid people pass out on opiates stuck on shorts replay hell. And I don't know if you were supposed to, but we don't say you shouldn't. We don't say you shouldn't. We're not the type to judge. And now back to the fancy pants immigration part of this high fashion immigration stream. So in response, since McMo can't read, I will read this response from this Texas governor. Apparently the governor's name is Greg Abbott. It's not the Abbott Greg, he's Greg Abbott. He says, the federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. The executive branch of the United States has a constitutional duty to enforce federal laws protecting states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is that he has smashed records for illegal immigration, despite having been put on notice in a series of letters, one of which I delivered to him by hand. President Biden has ignored Texas's demand that he perform his constitutional duties. President Biden has violated his oath to faithfully execute immigration laws enacted by Congress. Instead of prosecuting immigrants for the federal crime of illegal entry, President Biden has sent his lawyers into federal courts to sue Texas for taking action to secure the border. President Biden has instructed his agencies to ignore federal statutes that mandate the detention of illegal immigrants. The effect is to illegally allow their en masse parole into the United States by wasting taxpayer dollars to tear open Texas's border security infrastructure. President Biden has enticed illegal immigrants away from the 28 legal entry points along the state's southern border, bridges where nobody drowns, and into the dangerous waters of the Rio Grande. Under his lawless border policies, more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed into our 6 million, you say, have crossed over our southern border in just 3 years. That is more than the population of 33 different states in this country. The illegal refusal to protect the states has inflicted unprecedented harm on all the people across the United States. Okay, so that's there. That's that part of the news, and because they once upon a time featured a tweet in the video of mine, I decided to share this portion of True Stream Media's video. This is not just about the border. This is not just about the border.
And No Poverty specifically says digital IDs linked with bank or mobile money accounts.
A lot of these people are complaining that they've been here for, days or weeks or even months without their United Nations debit cards, which is typically what they're going to get. And then each month that they're here, the United Nations will transfer an amount. It might be a couple of $100s, it might be thousands of pesos, which is enough to sustain people for a month, and rental assistance and food and that sort of thing.
So if those people have money accounts, then very likely they also have a digital ID that's linked to it.
Uganda has launched a massive biometric refugee verification exercise of the estimated more than 1 million refugees living in the country. Over 400 UNHCR staff members have been deployed to work with teams from Uganda's Office of the Prime Minister, WFP, and other partner organizations, as well as volunteer refugees, to carry out the process. The verification will better assess refugee data in the country, ensuring greater accuracy and efficiency to get refugees the support they need. The government is using UNHCR's advanced biometric registration software, which has already been used to register some 4.4 million refugees in 48 countries worldwide. Refugees who are verified will then be eligible for new food ration cards and other individual assistance.
Okay, so
not only is the UN funding this fighting age troops crossing the border, but also they're helping us all, especially them, get on digital identification, and hello, shalom, and the reason they are doing so might have been revealed in Dumir's not latest, but one of Dumir's recent videos, where the guy who apparently doesn't talk very well anymore had this to say.
And this is what the future is going to look like. We should all take a warning of what they did, of what the Trudeau government did in Canada. When the truckers, who were incredibly peaceful and disciplined, went to Ottawa to participate, to protest the mandates, the government sent police in to read all of the license plates on all the vehicles, and then to shut off the bank accounts of anybody who was the owner of that vehicle. So these people were never charged with a crime. They were certainly never convicted. And the government was able to punish them by shutting off their lifeline, shutting off their capacity to buy food for their children, to pay their mortgages, to pay tuition, and to do it without any due process or democratic participation. And that's the power right now that we're seeing. And with AI, with the growth of AI, the capacity of government to control us will be complete. Now, Bill Gates says one of his companies is putting up 61,000 low-altitude satellites to do Earth surveillance. He says that his company alone will be able to watch every square inch of the Earth at 24 hours a day. So, the capacity of people to escape that kind of surveillance and to live, free lives is going to be the power of what we're creating is this kind of turnkey totalitarianism, where the next totalitarian regime that steps up and really wants to clamp things down, they're going to have all of these mechanisms in place like no regime has had it in human history. And time and again,
and in case you did drop acid, here's a little bit of McMo's latest, which I fail my savings throw against it.
It's a secret, but it's an open secret. It's plain to all, but only if you see and understand. Then don't you understand this parable? Then how will you understand any parable? It's a secret, but it's an open secret. It's plain to all, but only if you see and understand. Then Jesus said to them, don't you understand this parable? Then how will you understand any parable?
Don't you understand this parable? Then how will you understand any
All right, McMo, that's as much as I could take. And Charlie has recommended us to all watch. Hey, us to all watch. Hey, us to all watches. Don't Let It Happen. Depends on You. Artificial Intelligence and Orwell's 84. And here's the opener of that one, so you know you found the right one.
Oh God. What? Why am I like gorgeous?
Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
It can be used to scam people by using the identities of popular people, and there is enough data on social media to identify a certain influencer or celebrity. There are thousands of photos and videos online which can be used as training data to create frauds in the name of authentic people. This is some of the reasons why the AI community is afraid of making deep faking available to everyone regardless of their background, just like AI image generators. Just like deep fakes, AI image generators can be used for illegal activities as platforms like DALL-E become hyper-realistic and look genuine. On GitHub, a lot of deepfake software may be discovered. Deepfake production is legal because some of these apps are only used for pure entertainment, but other apps are much more likely to be used maliciously. Many experts predict that as technology advances, deepfakes will become much more sophisticated and pose more substantial hazards to the public in the form of electoral meddling, political unrest, and increased criminal activity.
The first is the advent of the beginnings of AGI, which means artificial general intelligence, not the very siloed AI we've had up until now. And there's, I think the MIT research paper is right. We're seeing sparks of that in these machines. And then coupled with some adjacent technologies like deep fake, both visual and auditory technologies, are going to prepare the way for the concern of the two questions. So let me just, and this is an argument that I owe to Jonathan Pajot, but his work in...
Remember, everybody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. And what's best for you might be some of this LARPgate agent gear available at the links below, including the new Beholder's shirt that's not showing yet. Hey, it's the Dynamorph's Danny hat. That's our favorite because it's so expensive. Okay. So there's the immigration part of the screen, as well as AI, CBDCs, and everything else to be scared of, and high fashion.
Now, what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime?
You know, Alex, you say, thank the Lord for typhoons, for Mammon has been set back a decade in his inclination for absolute control. Basically, let's live around the volcano. And you know, I have considered relocating near the what do you call it? Where they do the Old Faithful geyser, because when that thing goes off, then we're all gonna be exploded, and I might as well go out with the rest of them. Vanessa was a fembot. Thanks, Clint D. I was concerned about that. A German migration fed watching a Grim Grizz episode about star to car migration in the U.S. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. We believe in coincidences. All right, that's what I had for today. I thank you all for making me feel virtually not alone and joining us in the hive mind where people say fascinating things like come to the Space Coast, says Josh. Yes. And all right. I'm taking the train out. Love you guys. Bye-bye.